someone had to be removed from the flight. I'm sorry. First of all, the men and women of United are truly professional, so this immature reaction obviously it disturbs us all, but there are millions of people every day on airplanes, and this involuntary denied boarding does occur, usually handled with a whole lot more maturity, I think.
A lot of people looking now through United's denied booking policy, which talks about denying boarding, doesn't say much about taking someone off of an aircraft.
I think that may be true, Carl. They have, lists, so certainly your frequent flyer, your biggest earners, and of course the first class passengers, and the cost of your ticket has something to do with who gets involuntarily bumped off a flight. But there usually is space available, so that's not an issue. Obviously, this person was the most eligible to be denied boarding by their priorities, and he did not want to cooperate.
Based on what he paid, right?
Probably based on what he paid, and it may have just been a mistake they put him on too soon. But certainly, it's a very emotional scene. It doesn't have to have that kind of immature reaction when you're asked to leave the plane. You should handle it in a different way.
Yeah. Immature. I mean, they manhandled him. It's a good thing he wasn't wearing leggings. So in this world, Gordon, of social media, where everybody has it and everybody has a phone and everybody has video on their cell phone, why can't these airlines be more cognizant of the fact that they are squarely in the customer service business?
I think they are, Sarah. These were security officers removing him from the plane because obviously the staff had asked him to voluntarily leave and he refused. They have no recourse but to get security to enforce their rules and regulations. And the man obviously didn't want to go. It's, like a child that didn't want to leave. But I think they are cognizant. They try to do a professional job. They're very professional people, but not everybody on the plane is professional, and they can create a scene if they want to, and they did.
Yeah, Gordon, listen, we looked at the stock price. It's not having an impact at all. In fact, it's having a good day in the market, that is United Continental. But if you're in the CEO seat right now, and we know the gentleman who is, do you change anything in policy? That statement that we got earlier really seemed particularly lacking in any care for the passenger. I mean, what do you do right now if you're the CEO, as you had been, of course, of this airline? It's been a while. To change anything, or how do you respond to what is clearly going to be a growing PR blunder?
Well, there's probably not a nicer man than Oscar Munoz, and so he's a really human fellow, and I'm sure he has deep concerns about this. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of discussions within the company of how do we handle this in the future. But it's not from a lack of concern of the passengers. I mean, United has done a really good job of optimizing that experience and making a better product available. So you can be sure there'll be a lot of discussions, and they'll try to say, how do we handle it? But the facts are, there are too many people for the number of seats, and somebody has to leave.